Hello students, in winter we wear woolen clothes to keep ourselves warm. We feel cold inside our own house, so we prefer to go out in the sun and we feel warm. In summer we prefer to wear light colored clothes to keep ourselves cool. We feel hot even inside our house, so we choose to switch on fan. Thus, this sensation of hotness or coldness is nothing but a production of a form of energy known as heat. So, we will be learning about heat and the measurement of temperature today. Heat is measured in joules or in calories. There are two types of sensation of heat. One we call it as hot, like a cup of hot tea, and the other we call it as cold, like the freshly taken out ice from the freezer of the refrigerator. We usually determine the hotness or coldness of an object by touching. But shall we consider the sense of touch to be reliable? Let us find out by an activity. We will be having 3 large beakers and will label them as A, B and C. We will be having cold water in beaker A, hot water in beaker B and a mixture of some cold and hot water in beaker C. We will dip our left hand in beaker A and the right hand to the beaker B. After keeping the hands in those mugs or beakers for 2 to 3 minutes, we simultaneously put both of our hands in beaker C. It has been realized that the same water present in beaker C, our left hand that was previously in beaker A containing cold water is now feeling warmer, whereas the right hand which was initially dipped into beaker B containing hot water is now feeling cooler. Now this creates a confusion as how the same substance can be denoted as cold and hot both. Thus, we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to find out whether an object is hot or cold. In order to fix this issue, there came another concept, that is measurement of temperature of an object, which can be done by a thermometer. Yes, thermometer. By its name, it reminds us about the thermometer that we use in our home or hospital when anyone suffers from fever. That is called clinical thermometer. Let's see how a clinical thermometer looks like. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has bulb at one end. This bulb contains mercury, which in contact to any object expands, and from outside it can be seen as a small shining thread of mercury. There is a kink or constriction in the thermometer which prevents mercury level from falling down. There is a scale on the thermometer whose one side it is Celsius scale indicated by degree C and ranges from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, and the other side it is Fahrenheit scale. It is indicated by degree F ranging from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. So now we will find out how to measure the temperature with the help of clinical thermometer. Your forehead feels warm. You immediately suspect a fever. To be sure, however, you need to measure your exact body temperature. How would you do that? Well, with the help of a clinical thermometer, also called a doctor's thermometer. In a clinical thermometer, you can get the temperature by reading the scale inscribed on the side of the thermometer. A clinical thermometer is usually placed inside our mouth or even under our armpit for measuring the body temperature. Because of the body heat, the mercury inside the bulb heats up, expands and rises to certain level in the capillary tube through the constriction. The new level to which the mercury rises indicates the exact body temperature. You may be wondering if the reading changes on removing the thermometer from the mouth. Well, it's not. The constriction prevents the mercury from flowing back into the bulb. You can also say that the mercury column breaks at the constriction and is unable to return to the bulb, thus remain stationary in the tube. To reset the thermometer, you need to swing it sharply many times so as to make the mercury column return to the bulb. Why do you think mercury is used in a clinical thermometer? Let's find it out. Mercury is used in a clinical thermometer as well as other thermometer for a number of reasons. First, mercury is a metal and it is a good conductor of heat. It starts to expand instantly on placing the thermometer inside the mouth or armpit. The expansion can be seen as a rising thread of mercury. Second, mercury remains as a liquid at temperature ranging from -39 degrees Celsius to 357 degrees Celsius. Hence, it can sense to measure a wide range of temperature. At last, mercury does not stick to the glass. Though using mercury have advantages, mercury-based thermometers are considered risky. This is because mercury is poisonous. In case the bulb or the neck of the thermometer breaks, mercury can leak out into our mouth. This is why mercury-based clinical thermometers have largely been replaced nowadays with electronic or digital thermometers or scanner thermometers. Do you know the average normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius? While using clinical thermometer, we need to follow certain precautions. Thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. Ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Handle the thermometer with care. If it heats against some hard object, it may break. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. We do not use a clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of any other object rather than the human body, as excess heat may cause breaking of the glass tube. How do we measure the temperature of other objects then? For this purpose, there are other thermometers. One such thermometer is known as laboratory thermometer. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The process of measurement of temperature by a laboratory thermometer is same as the clinical thermometer. Different types of thermometers are used for different purposes. The maximum and minimum temperatures of the previous day reported in weather reports are measured by a thermometer called the maximum and minimum thermometer. In this module, we learnt that our sense of touch is not always a reliable guide to the degree of hotness of an object. Temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness of an object. Thermometer is a device used for measuring temperature. Clinical thermometer is used to measure our body temperature. The range of this thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. For other purposes, we use the laboratory thermometers. The range of these thermometers is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The average normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. So, my dear students, in the next class, we will be learning the modes of transfer of heat. Thank you.